Tonight on Apple Valley News Now at 6, we have a drought advisory from the state amid increasing fire danger even on the west side. And the Tri-Cities Airport is making some changes that let you say hello to visitors just a little bit sooner.
And another warm, hazy night ahead with even warmer temperatures. We're talking scorchers on the way. All the details in your First Alert forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. We begin tonight with a drought advisory from the Washington State Department of Ecology. Now, officials say this is early warning that we may see a drought after an abnormally dry spring and early summer and the warmest May they've ever recorded in our state. Now, we did have a wet and snowy April, but then we saw a quick warm up that melted all that snow in a hurry, washed it downstream, and now the Department of Ecology says stream flow is projected to be about 75% of where it should be. Now, starting tomorrow, the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife is putting restrictions on campfires and target shooting on state-owned land because of the extremely dry conditions. So campfires will be banned on state land in eastern Washington, even inside a fire ring. You can still use a gas or propane stove if you're out there recreating. You cannot smoke outdoors. You cannot go off-roading, and shooting other than legal hunting will not be allowed in most public lands. But it's not just eastern and central Washington. Tonight we continue to track a large fire that's prompting a federal funding response over on the peninsula. This is just east of the Olympic National Forest. Drew Mickelson talked to people who had to leave their homes at a moment's notice.
This is the view out Christina Witt's backyard.
Walking through this morning and seeing all the ashes and debris come this way, it was even scarier.
2 sprinklers, her last line of defense after a sleepless night.
In the 37 years I've been alive, I've never had to worry about my property catching on fire. Happy 4th of July.
The fire started around 2 Tuesday afternoon in a rural part of the county, but near hundreds of homes.
It became a nightmare. People were already starting to panic. You could feel the heat come off from the backyards. We did everything we could before cops came and said it's time to go. I'm ready. I got my dogs ready.
Rushed home, rinsed off the roof, grabbed what I could, and took off.
In all, 200 homeowners were told to evacuate after firefighters realized they were not going to be able to keep the fire from spreading, something they were surprised to see on a day that was not windy.
What that told me is the fuel is that dry, that susceptible, that you don't need a wind event to have a big fire right now.
We're in trouble. We have a challenging season ahead, and we're just at the beginning. And every corner of our state right now is tender and ready to burn. And we need people to please not start those fires.
We've also learned that Governor Inslee is planning to travel to Skamania County tomorrow to see firefighters work on the Tunnel 5 fire. This is still burning along the Columbia just across from Hood River, Oregon. At last check, the fire was just over 550 acres, considered 5% contained. It's been sitting at that 5% for several days now. Hundreds of firefighters are working to get this under control. And while that red flag warning for the area did expire last night, the crews out there are still dealing with gusty winds, and about 10 miles of State Route 14 is still shut down tonight. Now, here in our area, we are talking about extreme heat. Stacy, that map behind you is just a kind of concerning color to me.
It's a dark red, bright red, because it's hot today. We did hit triple-digit temperatures in both Hermiston and Tri-Cities today. We've dropped all the way down to 99. It's going to be a warm evening ahead. 95 right now in Walla Walla, 92 in Yakima and Ellensburg, and 98 degrees in Toppenish. So heat safety when working. I know a lot of folks still have to work tomorrow. You want to stay hydrated, take regular breaks, and make sure that you take a break in the AC. If you can't find AC, some shade. At least cool down a little bit as much as possible. Air quality, we've been keeping an eye on that with that smoke from the Canadian wildfires. We're in the moderate zone right now, so it's not terrible, but definitely if you're ultra sensitive, you might want to wear a mask or stay indoors with that. Hazy with light winds and warm conditions. First alert weather day is headed your way for the next 3 days due to dangerous heat, and When's it going to cool down? Well, not this weekend. If you're planning on hitting the links, I would book a very early morning tea time because those temperatures get really hot in the afternoon. So stay hydrated. Your full First Alert weather forecast is on the way. Melissa?
Stacey, we have a traffic alert for drivers in Kennewick. We saw a crash on Columbia Center Boulevard this afternoon impacting drivers. We're still working to get details from police about what happened here, but this was on the northeast edge of the Columbia Center Mall parking lot. Our photographer Chris reported that it looked like everyone got out of that crash okay, but as always, make sure if you see something like this happen, slow down, give first responders room to work if you need to drive by. The Tri-Cities Airport has announced some exciting news for families or friends that may be separated often. You no longer have to worry about having a ticket to get through security to be able to say hello or goodbye to a loved one. Instead of a plane ticket, you can now apply to get a PSC pass on the Tri-Cities Airport website. You will need a state-issued ID to get that pass, and anybody under 17 has to be accompanied by an adult. But Buck Taft from the Tri-Cities Airport told us this new program gives families a chance to spend just a few more minutes together.
Give the general public the ability to say goodbye to loved ones, have a last dinner with them before they take off, or meet them at the gate, and just give them the opportunity to go through the checkpoint and be with their family or friends or loved ones or whoever it is.
So for right now, the program is limited to 10 people per day, but the airport tells us they are hoping to increase that number soon. This week, Washington Senator Maria Cantwell hosted a space summit in Western Washington at the Blue Origin headquarters in Kent. Now, earlier this year, Blue Origin got a NASA contract that's expected to bring 1,000 jobs to Washington. Senator Cantwell's office says that is just a fraction of Washington's $4.6 billion space industry.
The question is, what do we need to do to continue to make ourselves more competitive? From machining to material science, we must increase and support manufacturing technologies like high-rate composite manufacturing and train and skill the technical workers to fill these jobs. Today's jobs and tomorrow's futures jobs are going to depend on the manufacturing sector assembled here today.
Now, it's not just space exploration either. Cantwell's office says SpaceX is building around 30 Starlink satellites every week at its facility in Redmond. Now, Senator Patty Murray is highlighting investments in Washington's ferry system, including more than $11 million in federal funding. Today, Senator Murray, Governor Inslee, and Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg visited Western Washington, checking in on efforts to electrify the Washington State ferry system. WashDOT says switching the entire fleet to hybrid electric ferries will cost almost $4 billion. But they are hoping to get it done by the year 2040. Of course, electric ferries and electric everything else has to get its power from somewhere. One option is wind power that could come from farms out in the ocean. This week, the Biden administration approved plans to build the largest offshore wind farm in U.S. waters. This will be built off the coast of New Jersey, 13 nautical miles southeast of Atlantic City. It could include up to 98 turbines, as well as 3 substations to transmit the wind-generated electricity to shore. The wind farm, we're told, could generate enough energy to power more than 380,000 homes. Well, looking locally tonight, if you've lived in Richland or worked with Hanford's reactors, you know who Bob Ferguson is. Ferguson was a crucial piece of the puzzle when it came to Triton submarine, the first submarine with dual nuclear reactors that made history in the 1960s. After his passing in August of 2022, family and community members started planning to honor his community service by changing 11th Street to Ferguson Street. Christy Rasmussen said honoring Ferguson's legacy makes perfect sense.
It's really appropriate that we honor him with a street after his own last name that goes right by that Triton sub that was a nuclear sub, right? That just makes sense. And for this building that is all about the historical Hanford History Project, it makes sense that we would have him be the namesake to honor what we're doing here in this building to preserve the history of the Hanford site.
Well, it's not just the street name that was changed today. They also placed a plaque in Ferguson's honor that tells you more about his history. It is very hot out there this evening in Apple Valley News Now. Stacey Lee is talking about a weather alert for your weekend. That's coming up in just a moment. And we're going to take a look at how that continuous heat impacts your body and why some experts say we might look back on this summer as the cool one. That's ahead on Apple Valley News Now at 6.
Welcome to Tony's Big Cheese Pizza. How can I help you?
A large pepperoni pizza, please.
Every pizza is made from scratch daily using our secret dough and sauce recipes.
You will love Tony's Big Cheese Pizza.
My mom hired a bath fitter to make me a new bath. My friend Jimmy said that when he got a new bath, it took forever. Jimmy didn't have to take a bath for a month. I didn't even get to miss one bath. It's just not fair.
Bath Fitter will remodel your bath in as little as 1 day. We've got over 2 million satisfied customers and 35 years experience. Call now or visit bathfitter.com for a free in-home consultation.
At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, plus Saturdays for when the week gets to be too full. West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, stunning smiles for the whole family.
Coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, we'll let you know the status of wildfires burning across the state, and wildfire smoke could be moving out of our region. Riley Fitzgerald will have the details and what to expect for your weekend. Join us tomorrow at 5 a.m.
Ooh, someone just got the new DQ Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard. All that DQ soft serve cake batter flavor, confetti cookie dough pieces, and signature sprinkles? Dad, you said you'd wait until you got home before digging in.
I never said that.
Pretty sure you didn't. Cue the confetti! That's cold. Because the new DQ Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard won't be here forever. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good. Get it in the app.
I'm Buzz the Bee from the Painting Bees. So what do? We're a local painting company. We paint exterior, we do interior painting, and cabinetry as well. So if you're interested in a free estimate, visit our website or call us at 591-8160.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
Imagine a knife taking this much abuse and didn't need sharpening. Introducing the incredible NutriBlade knives, coated with granite stone non-stick and made of stainless steel, one of the hardest substances on Earth. Now everyone can chop, slice, and dice just like a pro. Order right now to get this professional 6-piece set of NutriBlades for just $29.95. We'll even ship them to you free. Get your own NutriBlade knives, the last knives you'll ever buy.
Next Extra. It's a superstar summer in Vegas.
Welcome to my show.
We've got Carrie Underwood on taking a break from mom duty and channeling her inner rock star.
You are going out with Axl Rose and Guns N' Roses for a few dates.
Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome to Tony's Big Cheese Pizza. How can I help you?
A large Mexican pizza, please.
Every pizza is made from scratch daily using our secret dough and sauce recipes.
You will love Tony's Big Cheese Pizza.
The Golf Forecast, sponsored by the Wild Horse Ladies Golf Classic, August 14th through 20th.
Another day, another record. Yesterday tied the global record high temperature, which was set one day before on Tuesday. The U.S. National Centers for Environmental Prediction says the global temperature was 62.9 degrees Fahrenheit. That is the highest it's ever been. But experts say if things don't turn around quickly, we could be looking back fondly on the cool summer of 2023.
These years and these summers right now with expectations for continuation of emissions, these can be on average some of the coolest years for the next few decades. So put another way, it is warming and it's the warmest we've ever seen, but also if you continue on that trajectory, it becomes the coolest years, cool summers that we will experience for the next couple of years.
Now we could continue setting those new records for global high temperature in the near future because of global weather patterns that typically warm things up even more. Now experts say climate change is making heat waves more common and more powerful. So today we're talking about what the extreme temperatures do to your body and your mind and how to stay safe. Here's Mandy Gaither.
It's the deadliest weather event in the U.S. Every year, the heat causes more than 700 deaths on average and more than 67,000 emergency room visits.
It doesn't take much. It can be an hour or two that can lead to the cells and tissues of the body starting to feel the effect of it.
Dr. Ian Sin with Mayo Clinic says in the heat, your body tries to cool off in several ways. When the temperature is extremely high, it becomes harder for your body to cool itself down. The most serious heat-related illness is heat stroke.
And that is when you start having confusion, delirium as we call it, as well as loss of consciousness and more severe brain injury as a result of the effects of heat.
Sin says when that happens, it can hurt not only the brain, but other organs like the heart, lungs, and kidneys as well.
It's almost an inflammation that gets created. There is destruction of proteins, the membranes of the cells, and that leads to cell death.
To keep your body safe in the heat, stay hydrated with water, avoiding sugary beverages which can add to dehydration. Stay cool in an air-conditioned area and wear lightweight, light-colored, loose-fitting clothes. Sin says those who are most vulnerable to the heat should avoid it.
If there's any cause of concern, definitely seeking health care is important.
That was Mandy Gaither reporting. Now, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says the heat can affect anyone, but those most vulnerable include people who are pregnant, people who have heart or lung conditions, young children, older adults, and outdoor workers. And speaking of outdoor workers, new rules to protect Washington workers from extreme heat kick in later this month. They're similar to the emergency rules that we've seen over the past couple of years, but now the State Department of Labor and Industries has created permanent rules requiring, among other things, extra rest breaks for outdoor workers when temperatures start to rise. Again, those rules take effect July 17th.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And the heat is on. The heat wave is here. Our sunrise this morning at 5:12, our sunset at 8:50, and then it'll eventually start to cool down. Not looking too bad. I see a little bit of smoke and haze in the air, and we've had that for the last couple of days. Again, we're looking for a little smoke and haze. Here's your planner. As we get to 9 o'clock tonight, look for hazy conditions. We'll finally get down into the 80s in the Tri-Cities, but not till 9 p.m. In Yakima, we also drop down into the 80s finally by 9 p.m. So it's just a very, very warm evening. Again, we're going to see these warm overnight temperatures over the next couple of days and those extremely high temps. 80s by 8 in Walla Walla, 83 with hazy skies also there. And again, keep an eye on pets as well. We don't want to forget about our little furry friends. If the sidewalk is too hot for you without your shoes on, well, it's too hot for them. So think about walking dogs early in the morning or much later in the evening when things finally start to cool down. That ridge of low pressure sitting tight, and again, that's creating the situation and allowing that smoke to come down from Canada. We are starting to see a northwesterly flow, so we're getting a little bit of smoke relief on the coastline anyway, and that'll eventually start to move in to the east side of the state. But right now we are still dealing with smoke and haze from the Canadian wildfires. Winds this evening are very light, about 10 miles an hour in Tri-Cities right now. A little breezier down the gorge, Goldendale at 17.5 in Yakima, so not looking too bad there. We are going to see some breezy winds picking up a little bit in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys a little bit later this evening. Tomorrow, a bit breezy in the morning in the Columbia Basin and in Dayton, and we'll see those winds kind of pick up and die down, picking up through the gorge and again through the Yakima and Kittitas valleys tomorrow afternoon. Getting into our midnight on Saturday, we'll see those winds picking up into Sunday, and again, fire danger is high now. Dealing with smoke and again local fires and fires on the west side, creating some concerns with our air quality. Right now we're in the moderate area, so those with ultra sensitive lungs might want to avoid being outdoors. Most of the area in green though looking okay this evening. Here's that wildfire smoke forecast, and again you see that northwesterly flow, I should say, starting to impact the west side of the state. They were smoky there yesterday and day before, even had some unhealthy air quality. We'll continue to see light smoke and haze again through the eastern part of the state, basically through the entire Pacific Northwest. at least until Friday afternoon and maybe even Saturday morning. So we'll keep an eye on that. Temperatures overnight tonight again, not cooling down a whole lot. 67 in the Tri-Cities, 63 in Yakima. Tomorrow's daytime highs, look for those big 90s there. We see triple digits in the Columbia Basin, Moses Lake at 98, moving into the foothills of the Blues, Milton Freewater, Walla Walla, both triple digits, 97 for Dayton and Pendleton. And again, some advice to stay inside during these heat wave conditions. Take lots of breaks and again, check on folks that are vulnerable. Here we go. The short-term forecast. Again, we have that 3-day stretch of triple digits in the Columbia Basin. We do have alert days noted for that intense heat. Same thing for Yakima, very hot once again on Sunday, and in Walla Walla, 102. So again, be safe out there, be fire-wise, stay hydrated. More on the way, including your travel forecast coming up. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. And still ahead on Apple Valley News now at 6, we're going to hear how a big donation to a local food bank will impact families in our region. That's next.
Yeah! Charbroiled beef, jalapenos, pepper jack, bacon, habanero. Your mouth will be on fire. Tell your mouth, El Diablo made you do it. My rewards members can get a one-time El Diablo single for $6.66 from the Carl's Jr. app.
A new roof looks great. A new roof with new gutters looks amazing. With Aero Roofing, amazing is now more affordable than ever. Get 25% off gutters with your new re-roof. Did we mention our 50-year roof warranty at no extra cost? Don't miss this limited time offer. Give Aero Roofing a call today.
So Richardson family, the neighbors are very curious about your new family member.
Oh, Robe Elizabeth?
Hello.
We built her when our daughter moved out so we could keep our family plan and save money.
With US Cellular, you don't need a fourth line to get the best deal. It's just $19.99 per line for 1, 2, or 3 lines.
Oh.
I guess we don't need a fourth line anymore.
This is awkward.
Now at US Cellular, it's just $19.99 per line. US Cellular, built for us.
With Gold Bond, you can age on your own terms.
Retinol Overnight means the smoothing benefits of retinol are now for your whole body. Plus, fast-working crepe corrector diminishes wrinkled skin in just 2 days. Gold Bond, champion your skin.
Hi everyone watching at home. We're here to remind you that if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, listen up. We have live agents available right now to answer your questions and tell you how much your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina Bellich, here with spokesman and TV personality Tom Mustin with us in the Help Center. So Tom, phones are really busy over there. Tell us what kind of calls you're seeing.
Well, Gina, first off, thank you for having me here in the call center with you. We always enjoy talking to the viewers and getting folks the compensation that they deserve. You know, we're seeing calls about all kinds of accidents, but the most common by far has been car accidents. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, give us a call right now. You'll speak with a live person. They'll answer any questions you have and tell you if you have a case and how much your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. All right, folks at home, you heard it. Take advantage of this opportunity and call now.
An eagle eye tour of spectacular Boundary Dam. Come along to the North Pend Oreille River as we fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News now at 6 Tuesday.
I've been reading Cosmo. I've been reading Cosmo.
Next live, Patrick Wilson and Juan Archuleta. Plus, it's Foodfluencer Friday.
Tomorrow at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Carl's Jr. is spicing up the all-day 2 for $5 deal savings. Try a new spicy little cheeseburger, spicy chicken sandwich, cheeseburger, or French toast dips, and more. Pick any two all day, $5.
Portion of KFKV sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Making a difference in our community tonight, the Tri-Cities Food Bank got a large donation this morning from the Church of Latter-day Saints. The church says this is the 7th delivery they've made from Salt Lake City, Utah, all the way to the Tri-Cities. And food bank officials tell us they got about 24 pallets of food, which they say is desperately needed as more and more families are looking for help keeping food on the table. They say that need goes beyond donations.
Tremendous need for food, donations, drivers, and volunteers all across the board. And I believe most nonprofits are facing that, but we have lost a couple people to, they passed away, and they were really crucial to our volunteer base. So makes it twice as hard. Not only personally how we feel about it, but just the job that they did for us every day.
Now, you do have to be at least 15 in order to volunteer at the Tri-Cities Food Bank. If you want to help out, you can fill out a volunteer form online at tricitiesfoodbanks.org. Now, hot weather makes it hard to sleep and hard to get out there and exercise. I know. It turns out, though, there may be a way to make the best of both. We're talking about that next.
Portion of KFKV sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Queensgate Gardens thanks you all for the wonderful support that you've shown us throughout this incredible spring season. We are truly honored to have such amazing customers like you. Come on down for any last-minute summer planting and check out our amazing selection at our fruit stand.
All this week, GMA's taken you to the most beautiful main streets across America. And now tomorrow, Ginger will take you to what so many people think is the most amazing main street. So where are we going? Here's a hint. It's magical. Tomorrow on GMA.
Introducing the new line of crispy chicken pizzas from Little Caesars. Large pizzas with white sauce and crispy chicken, topped with either a swirl of barbecue, buffalo, or garlic parm sauce, or choose no swirl at all. New crispy chicken pizzas available online for $9.99.
Pizza. Catch a glimpse of greatness when the Epson Tour LPGA Tournament returns to Pendleton this summer for the Wild Horse Ladies Golf Classic. Join us on the greens August 14th through the 20th when over 140 professional golfers from around the world compete for a chance to play in the LPGA. Come experience the excitement as they play at one of America's top casino golf courses. Cheer on these talented golfers in person when the Epson Tour returns to Pendleton. Tickets on sale now. Visit wildhorseresort.com for details.
Sweetie pie?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm afraid this closet is full. Do you really need all of these shirts?
I was waiting until I could fit into them again.
And how's that going?
Well, not so well.
This closet isn't getting any bigger. How about we make some space?
I guess I could pick a few out and
Good.
Donate them to Goodwill.
Your donations to Goodwill support our local Employment Connection Center, a free walk-in job search assistance program.
Good job. Goodwill.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. I end up going to a dentist and he wants to charge over $600 for a night guard. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. This was a game changer. It's smaller than other night guards that I tried, which is a good thing because it doesn't make me gag. It could fit on the top or the bottom of the teeth. It's lightweight and super comfortable. Now the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to bruxnightguard.com and order yours today. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Go to bruxnightguard.com and use the promo code to activate your special TV offer. That's bruxnightguard.com. Order today and take advantage of this special TV offer. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Alien tape is strong enough to hold this fishbowl on a moving car. Just peel and stick and make anything stay in place quick. A wooden shelf, a basket to glass, rugs to the floor, and so much more. Alien tape sticks to brick, pavers, marble, tile, plastic, even leather. Nothing works better. Alien tape secures in seconds, then twist, pull, and rinse to reuse. You're dying to try it. Here's your chance to buy it.
Call 1-800-284-4157 or go to tryalientape.com. That's 1-800-284-4157.
Vampires, werewolves?
Cuddle up with your favorite monsters.
They're coming! Who's coming?
Svengoolie.
This may be the biggest thing that's ever happened.
Oh, it's big, all right.
I admit he isn't a particularly good-looking specimen.
Every Saturday night on MeTV.
Welcome back. We all know that exercising is important to staying healthy, but without adequate sleep, you might not be seeing all the benefits. British researchers looked at people's exercise habits and the amount of sleep they got on average over a decade. Those researchers found that in general, people who had higher levels of physical activity and got between 6 and 8 hours of sleep per night had better cognitive function as they aged. But those who did high intensity workouts and slept less than 6 hours per night had faster overall cognitive decline than even the short sleepers who didn't exercise very much at all. Definitely something to keep in mind. But if you are going to exercise outdoors, I'm sorry to tell you, you are going to have to get up early because it is very hot out there. Stacey Lee is tracking a weather alert because of those rising temperatures all across our region tonight. That's coming up in your first alert forecast. And the Grant County Sheriff's Office is announcing some security changes ahead of a big concert at the Gorge Amphitheater this weekend. The news at 6:30 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Flights are back to normal this evening at the Spokane Airport after a bomb threat shut down arrivals and departures for almost 2 hours last night. It's the story you saw here as breaking news. Alaska Airlines says a passenger on a flight from Atlanta to Seattle made what they call a direct threat to a flight attendant. Now, police say that threat was a bomb threat that forced the plane to divert to Spokane International Airport. One passenger says they weren't told exactly what was going on.
The pilot said, "Hey, the plane is fine. They checked it out. We're good." And we were like, "Okay, well, why is the dude getting arrested?" And then it was like, "Okay, why are we deboarding?" I just got back from a long trip, and I'm like, I have nothing right now. I got my wallet and my phone, and we're just kind of in limbo here.
Now, airport police say one passenger on that flight was arrested. The FBI is in charge of investigating crimes that happen on board aircraft, including reported threats. And we have an update tonight. The Grant County Sheriff's Office is stepping up security at the Gorge Amphitheater this weekend as Dead & Company is set to perform as part of their final tour. The Sheriff's Office says they'll have extra officers at the Gorge and nearby campgrounds just in case. Now, those deputies will not be searching vehicles. They will not be screening people at the concert. That is up to private security. But the Sheriff's Office did say someone was caught trespassing inside the Gorge campground this morning. Investigators say there was no danger, though. The Sheriff's Office says the man was a transient who didn't, quote, have the resources or the wherewithal to pose a credible threat. Deputies did order him to stay away from all Live Nation property, and then they let him go. Now, if you are camping out at the Gorge this weekend, it is going to be very, very hot out there. Be sure to pack lots of water. We're talking about your first alert forecast as Stacey Lee is tracking some extreme heat headed our way. It's just the whole map is red out there, Stacey.
That's right. It's very hot, and I was just checking on some camping forecasts, as a matter of fact. Even some of the Cascade Mountains temperatures, it will be in the mid-80s and upper 80s during the daytime. The place to go is the west side, and I'll get to that in a sec. 99 degrees right now, Tri-Cities, 92 in Yakima, 99 in Hermiston. Air quality has gotten a little bit better. We were moderate a little while ago. It's turned to the green, so that's good news. Wind is shifting direction with that smoke that we've been dealing with. We've got light winds, warm conditions tonight. We are in a first alert weather alert for you for the next 3 days. When's it going to cool down? Well, unfortunately, not soon. Plus, we're going to talk about the road trip, as I was just mentioning. Warm and dry this weekend. Some morning fog and patchy cloudy skies on the coast. Temperatures there in the 60s. So if you want to cool down, I would head to the coast. Fire danger, though, remains high through the area. Gas prices are high, but they might be worth it for those temperatures. Here's what it looks like in Seattle this weekend. Again, that's very warm there in the 80s. Heading into Portland, even warmer conditions in the inland there. Again, Sunday, 87 degrees. And if you're heading up to Spokane, not going to get heat relief there, but it is going to be a pretty nice weekend, although a little bit of haze on Friday. 99 degrees by Sunday. That's your travel forecast. Your full first alert weather forecast is on the way. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. Well, we've seen a nationwide push from the White House all the way to the Washington State Legislature to crack down on so-called ghost guns. These are weapons that are made without serial numbers, so law enforcement can't trace them. Well, now the city of Philadelphia is taking legal action against two companies that they say distribute these untraceable weapons. ABC's Rena Roy has a closer look at that case.
The city of Philadelphia is now going after ghost guns, suing two major manufacturers of the untraceable weapons after police confirmed they were used in Monday's mass shooting that killed 5 people.
One was an AR-15, the other was a 9mm. We've confirmed through our lab both of those weapons were privately made firearms.
The privately manufactured gun parts are sold unassembled.
The manufacturers attempted to avoid liability by claiming that it is selling parts, not guns.
but the gun kits they sell can be assembled in minutes by virtually anyone.
The alleged gunman, 40-year-old Kim Brady Carricker, faced a judge for the first time Wednesday, denied bail on more than 30 charges, including 5 counts of murder. Carricker didn't enter a plea. Josephine Wama lost her twin brother Joseph.
It's hard to wake up from this. I don't understand how someone can just do that to my brother.
Prosecutors revealing that Carricker's roommates told investigators he had been acting odd before the shooting, wearing a bulletproof vest around the house and allegedly writing a will just days before.
They all described that he was becoming more and more agitated over the last couple of days.
So far, no motive has been revealed in this case. The suspect's grandmother tells ABC News in a statement, "I don't know why he did what he did. Something must have happened to him to make him do that." Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Well, tonight we have mixed news for people who are looking for jobs. The private sector saw a massive spike in hiring activity in June, according to payroll processor ADP. They say 497,000 jobs were added last month, which is more than double what economists were predicting. But the Department of Labor says the number of job openings dipped to under 10 million for May. Now, we should get updated numbers on that tomorrow, but the initial unemployment claims ticked up for the final week in June. So we're tracking that, and stocks continue to fall today amid new data signaling that the labor market is still hot. That's raising investors' fears that the Federal Reserve will continue their interest rate hikes. Investors were already worried because of the Federal Reserve's June meeting minutes, which were released earlier this week. The Fed reiterated in those that they are expecting more hikes to fight inflation, and that they're saying we could see a mild recession later this year. Meanwhile, mortgage rates have now jumped to more than 6.8% on average, which is their highest level so far this year. That's according to data from Freddie Mac, which crunched the numbers for mortgage applications all across the country. Those higher interest rates mean that your monthly payment for a new mortgage will be higher than it would have been if you'd gotten that same mortgage a year ago. Tonight, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is on a mission to strengthen ties between the world's 2 largest economies. She started a 4-day trip to China today, saying the U.S. is seeking healthy economic competition. Now, Yellen has argued against tariffs and restrictions on investment in China before, but she's also spoken out against China's human rights record and believes that American supply chains need to diversify away from China. And she will also have to navigate a new battle over semiconductor chips. The U.S. is blocking China's access to those chips, and China is restricting the raw materials that we need to make them. Well, a new social media app is making waves within 24 hours of launch. Facebook's parent company Meta rolled out a new app called Threads last night. The CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, says it's already got 30 million users, and now reportedly a legal response from Twitter. Karen Kaifa has a look at the early buzz.
It's been talked about for months. Now, Meta's challenge to Twitter is here. Facebook's parent company launched Threads on Wednesday. Bridget Carey, CNET's consumer tech and trends expert, says the objective of real-time conversations is the same, but it's too soon to tell whether Threads will topple Twitter.
It's still the early days. It's not exactly the same as Twitter. There are a lot of things we're going to have to get used to, and there are different communities on each.
It appears the Threads app, available in 100 countries, is off to a fast start. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg posting on his verified account that Threads saw 30 million signups by Thursday morning. Meta's numbers may be its biggest advantage at launch. Users sign up using their Instagram account, and there are more than 2 billion active Instagram users around the globe. Twitter's active user base is currently around 250 million and has taken a hit amid the turmoil since Elon Musk's takeover last October.
To be a really successful social media company right now, it needs to be a place that's safe, a place that is trusted, that you are trusting what you're seeing online, and it needs to be a place that is just easy to use and useful.
Just within the last week, Twitter has imposed temporary limits on how many tweets its users are able to read in the app and announced users will soon need to pay if they want to use TweetDeck, a popular monitoring tool. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Now, no surprise, Elon Musk is not happy about this new social media platform. His lawyer actually sent Meta a cease and desist order saying that Meta hired former Twitter employees to develop the app Threads. And they're further saying that those employees brought improperly retained Twitter documents and electronic devices to help them develop the new app. Meta, for its part, claims that no one on the Threads engineering team is a former Twitter employee. We'll keep tracking that and see if actual legal action comes out of it. But for tonight, we're talking about even hotter temperatures on the way. Apple Valley News Now's Stacey Lee is tracking that in your first alert forecast next. And Canada is having its worst wildfire season ever recorded. It's not slowing down either. We'll take a look at the numbers coming up.
The Golf Forecast, sponsored by the Wild Horse Ladies Golf Classic, August 14th through 20th.
So, all of us are here to talk about trading. Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See? $600 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
You drive a hard bargain. Boom. Chocolate milk.
You don't have to trade. I'll take the chocolate milk.
Okay.
Get $600 off any phone. No trade-in needed. US Cellular, built for us.
Now, here's your 2-minute take on area businesses, communities, events, and entertainment.
Welcome to your 2-minute take. I'm Jamie Council, and today we're at Lifetime Dental Care off of Queensgate in Richland, and we're joined by Dr. Michael Breyer. Welcome.
Thank you, Jamie. Thanks for being here.
I'm glad to be here. And customer service, you guys are known for your outstanding customer service. What's the secret?
You know, Jamie, we always have focused on customer service because we know that sometimes that can get lost with the busy, hectic, stressful things that come with running a business. But we make sure that we train on it nearly every day and have our staff and everybody ready for you when you get here.
And going to the dentist can be kind of daunting for some people. What amenities do you guys offer at Lifetime Dental that kind of eases that for patients?
You know, I would say that we start with when you walk through the door. We want you to feel like you're not at a dental office. We want you to feel like you're in a friend's home or maybe a family's home. And then as we go through and work your way back there, we'll offer things such as paraffin hand wax. We'll offer things like warm neck rolls, things to just make you feel more at ease, because we all know that dentistry can be a little bit stressful for a lot of people.
So a spa and a dentist, what do your patients have to say?
They love it when they come here, and they feel better when they leave than when they walk through the door. So it's just a fantastic opportunity for us to give back to the community that way.
And for you as a doctor, what do you like to see most? You know, it's more than just going in people's mouths, it's actually creating an environment for them.
Absolutely. Yeah, we look forward to seeing them come back year after year, not just for one visit when it's an emergency. They actually come here and treat it almost like a relaxation area.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
To learn more about Lifetime Dental, check them out at lifetimedental.care. That's your 2-minute take.
Introducing the new line of crispy chicken pizzas from Little Caesars. Large pizzas with white sauce and crispy chicken, topped with either a swirl of barbecue, buffalo, or garlic parm sauce, or choose no swirl at all. New crispy chicken pizzas available online for $9.99.
Pizza.
Apple Valley News Now is your television home for NFL Monday Night Football, college football, GNA, and all the great ABC shows. Plus, Apple Valley News Now leads the way with the best local news and first alert weather. Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
E.T. Vault Unlocked, Kevin Hart. Never before seen interviews revealing the many sides of the multimedia mogul.
Movies, kids, sex symbols.
Next E.T.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back. We are talking about extreme heat in our area, and it's a problem from coast to coast. We're not just breaking records, we're also breaking global records as Earth reached its hottest day ever recorded for 3 days in a row this week, according to data from climate tracking agencies. ABC's Melissa Adon has a look at how different communities are faring.
The relentless heat that's been scorching the South is spreading across the nation. And the U.S. isn't the only ones feeling it. Those temperatures are reaching all over the globe. Earth reaching its hottest day ever recorded for 3 days in a row, from July 3rd to the 5th.
Look how high above the actual curve of where we actually usually see summer that we are. And that's for now. We usually get even hotter toward the end of July and early August, and that's the globe.
The National Centers for Environmental Prediction tracks average global temperatures. On July 4th, the average temperature on Earth reached 62.92 degrees Fahrenheit, breaking a record set in August of 2016. The Climate Tracking Group also found that June was the hottest month ever recorded. Scientists say trends are showing how every year it's been getting hotter, and even higher temperatures are expected in July and August as El Nino strengthens.
Frustrating, it's a little scary to hear it. And that added heat, the air can carry more moisture, so when you get large storms, they can be more extreme.
This week, record high temperatures were recorded from coast to coast. Sarasota, Florida at 99 degrees and Seattle, Washington at 91 degrees. The hot weather now bringing heat alerts to the Northeast. ABC's Ginger Z suiting up in a mosquito net, showing us a ghost forest. She explains.
It's one of the most striking ways to indicate climate change because the sea is rising so quickly here in the mid-Atlantic that we are seeing these ghost forests where the salt water intrudes on the forest, takes out the trees.
In the West, an excessive heat warning is in place in Arizona where highs could be in the 110s. The CDC warning people to limit their time outdoors as heat is the #1 weather-related killer in the world. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Now, it's not just the heat. We're starting to see smoke from the Canadian wildfires slowly creep back towards our area and impact air quality. The fires, as we know, started early this year. They just haven't let up. Fire officials in Canada said tonight nearly 650 fires are burning right now in nearly every part of the country, and they're not expecting relief anytime soon.
This forecast outlines a high likelihood of heightened fire activity through the next 2 months. Drought conditions, when coupled with above normal temperatures across most of the country, means that the risk of fire activity is going to remain very high throughout the majority of the summer.
Canada has lost a record 30,000 square miles to the fires. That's an area roughly the size of South Carolina.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
We'll take a peek outside at our sky cam, and I got a close-up. You can see this little blurb right here. That is a spider web on the camera. So if anyone wants to volunteer to clean that off, let me know. All right, our sunset tonight at 8:50. Again, a little bit of smoke and haze. Air quality has actually improved this evening, but still that smoke and haze is in the area. Planning your evening out again, we only dropped down to 87 in the Tri-Cities at 9 o'clock. So eventually it'll cool down, but not quickly. 86 by 9 in Yakima, and in Walla Walla, a nice warm night as well there. We'll still be in the 80s there at 9 p.m. So again, try to find something cool to do, avoid the sunshine. That ridge of low pressure is planted in place, and again, that's allowing that smoke to travel down from Canada. Now we're starting to see a northwesterly flow, so we're starting to get air or winds coming in off the coast, the Pacific, and that's helped to clean up the air on the west side of the state along the coastline anyway, and it'll eventually move into the west side of the state once we can get those winds to shift, and they will start to shift as that ridge of high pressure moves in a little bit later, closer to the weekend. So there is relief in store as far as that goes. Light winds this evening, 10 miles an hour right now in Tri-Cities and Ellensburg, a little bit breezier there in Toppenish at 15 miles an hour, and we're going to continue to see those winds pick up, especially in the Yakima Valley and Kittitas Valley as the evening progresses. Getting into tomorrow morning, we'll have light breezy winds through the Columbia Basin, some gusty winds near the Dayton area, foothills of the Blues. As the day moves on, we'll see those winds start to pick up through the Columbia River Gorge and through the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. Winds will be mostly light through the Columbia Basin, a few gusts here and there to the weekend. Now, a little earlier in our broadcast, we had a lot of yellow, which is the moderate air quality. That's kind of started to move out. We see a little bit of poor air quality in between Toppenish and Yakima, but overall, we're starting to get better air quality as the night moves on. The smoke forecast is still showing a northerly flow, but you can see out on the coast that wind starting to come in, and that's going to push the smoke out of the area probably by Friday midday or afternoon into the weekend, which is good news. We have got lots of outdoor events and activities going on, and again, that smoke and haze will start to move out of the region. Tonight we've got very warm conditions. Again, the haze is still there. 64 tonight in Walla Walla, 67 in Tri-City, 63 in Yakima, Toppenish, and Ellensburg, and a warm 64 overnight in Hermiston. For tomorrow, again, these temperatures nice and hot in the Yakima, Kittitas Valley, 98 for the high in Yakima, Sunnyside 99, moving into the Columbia Basin, hitting the triple digits at Hermiston, Hanford, and the Tri-Cities, and into the Walla Walla area. 100 degrees there for both Walla Walla and Milton Freewater. So again, try to avoid and stay indoors in the AC during these heat waves. Check on your elderly neighbors. Go outdoors early or late in the day. Same thing goes for taking your pets for a walk. And of course, you want to stay hydrated. Here's the next 3 days. Triple digits, hot conditions there, close to triple digits, and hitting them on Sunday in Yakima and in the Walla Walla area. 100 on Friday, 98 close on Saturday, and then back to 102 on Sunday. So stay hydrated and try to stay cool the next couple of days. Your 7-day planning forecast, it's on the way. Melissa?
Thanks, Stacey. And tonight we are talking about a big step from the FDA on a drug that's intended to slow down progression of Alzheimer's. That's next on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30.
Stan, where's Alice? She's supposed to stay with us.
Oh, shoot. Where could she?
Hey, everybody. I'm Alice. I'm new here. The new zipline ride looks so fun. You go back and forth. Awesome.
And we've lost control of the Alice situation.
Triple Play has fun for everyone, including the brand new zipline ride. And it's all attached to a cozy hotel.
I mean, she's a natural spokosaur who isn't tempted to eat anyone. You know, because she's an herbivore.
Ooh, someone just got the new DQ Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard. All that DQ soft serve cake batter flavor, confetti cookie dough pieces, and signature sprinkles? Dad, you said you'd wait until you got home before digging in.
I never said that.
Pretty sure you did. Cue the confetti!
That's cold.
Because the new DQ Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard won't be here forever. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good. Get it in the app.
An accident can shatter your life. At Tamaki Law, we put your life back together.
Clients come to us injured, burdened with medical bills, lost wages, insurance hassles. The list goes on. They're overwhelmed, so they put their lives in our hands. That's why we work hard and fight for the justice they deserve.
If you've been seriously injured, call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
At LL Flooring, we're here for pros. With guaranteed support for your projects every step of the way. Get the best hardwood, vinyl, laminate, and accessories. In stock and at the best price. And with dedicated support, you can level up your business without upping your costs. Get the right service, right selection, and right price for you and your clients at LL Flooring. Sign up now for pro-exclusive pricing. Floor pros know. LL Flooring.
In a nation united, the American flag stands tall, a beacon of hope, freedom, and unity. At Broadmoor RV, we embrace these principles that unite us. To show our gratitude, every RV leaving our lot in July will come with a custom handmade American flag crafted in the USA. So let's embrace the power of our flag by honoring those who came before us and inspiring those who will follow. When we stand united, there's no journey impossible. Broadmoor RV, you make camping possible.
Apple Valley, it's our special place we call home. From the Cascades in the west to the Blue Mountains in the east, Apple Valley News Now covers our area like no one else. And First Alert Weather leads the way with advanced technology and the team that knows how to use it. Watch Apple Valley News Now on broadcast channels 35 and 42, Spectrum Cable channels 4 and 780, DirecTV channel 35 plus Dish Network channel 42. On air, online, and on the go with our new mobile app. Apple Valley News Now is truly on your side. Portion of CapKV sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
In your health news tonight, a huge step for people dealing with Alzheimer's. The FDA just gave full approval for a new drug intended to treat patients in early stages of the disease and slow down the decline. Now, full approval will likely prompt the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services to change how it covers the drug, broadening access for up to about 1 million people with early onset Alzheimer's. Without insurance, this drug can cost more than $26,000 a year. And Alzheimer's patients and advocates have been lobbying the federal government for months after Medicare officials announced last year they wouldn't pay for routine use of drugs like this one until they receive the FDA's full approval, as this one just did. Now we're back with a final check of your very warm 7-day forecast. That's next on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30.
We're all here to talk about her.
Hello.
We built her so we could get a family plan.
Well, with US Cellular, it's just $19.99 per line.
I guess we don't need that fourth line.
This is awkward.
US Cellular, built for us.
Does your bath or shower need a remodel? Bathfitter can do it all. We will remove your existing fiberglass tub or shower and replace it with a custom-crafted shower or soaker tub. All made in America at our state-of-the-art factory. We rebuild your walls with new drywall and install a custom-made tub or shower with seamless walls in as little as 1 day. All work is guaranteed and built to last. Call your locally owned Bathfitter store now to book your free in-home estimate or visit bathfitter.com.
On the news, Bachelorette! Woo!
Watch Monday night on Apple Valley News Now. Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health's Dermatology Center in Benton City.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Every 15 minutes, someone is involved in a semi-truck collision in the U.S. Whatever the cause, big trucks mean big crashes, resulting in serious, even fatal injuries, large medical bills, and loss of wages. If you've been injured in a crash with a big rig, call Abeda Nelson Injury Law today. We've handled the most big truck accidents in Central Washington over the last 40 years, recovering millions for our clients. Abeda Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Does shopping for bladder control products have you feeling like you need someone to be on the lookout for you? Now you have your privacy back. We're HDIS, and we home deliver bladder control products directly to you. We're always on the lookout for you. You get free shipping in plain, unmarked boxes. So your private matters, stay private. We understand how you feel. For over 35 years, we've delivered bladder control products to millions of Americans, just like you. You don't have to worry about incontinence any longer. Call now for your free product sample pack and over $45 in money-saving coupons. At HDIS, we're always in stock. We carry all brands in hundreds of styles and sizes. You'll be sure to get what you need, guaranteed.
For your free sample pack with your free catalog and $45 in money-saving coupons and free product samples, call 800-257-0683. That's 800-257-0683.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See? $600 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
Boom. Chocolate milk.
I'll take the chocolate milk.
US Cellular, built for us.
Portion of Cap KV sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back. We're taking a final look at your forecast, and it's way too hot out there, Stacey.
That's right. I'm gonna take a British stance. It's bloody hot.
Okay.
It's gonna be bloody hot for several days. We are in the midst of a heat wave, therefore we have a couple of alert days for you, and mainly because, well, we've seen warmer temperatures than that. It's the thing that it's not cooling down at night. It does not give us enough recovery, and that becomes dangerous when people can't get cooled off. So again, definitely stay hydrated and try to cool down as much as possible. Tri-Cities 7-day, it looks even worse. Again, with those triple digits, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we don't cool down a whole lot until Tuesday, Wednesday. It's still not that cool, still above average. And then in Yakima again, Walla Walla, those triple digits as well. And look at the overnight low on Sunday, 70. It just doesn't cool down, Alyssa. And yeah, so dangerous heat out there for folks.
Yeah, definitely too warm to sleep.
Too warm, yes, exactly. Try to stay in the AC if you possibly can, and hydrate. And so we're now getting the dogs out for their walk around 6:30 in the morning.
Well, it is daylight at 6:30 in the morning.
Right. It's just too hot later in the day. So
yeah, too hot for their paws for sure.
That's right.
All right. Thanks, Stacey, and thank you so much for watching. You can always find the latest on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com, and we're back tonight at 11.